Good morning, Twin Flame, Twin Soul, Soulmates, Fated Connections. This is Brainy Twin Gemini for January 23rd, 2020. First and foremost, I want to thank you all so much for the love, the likes, the subs, the sense of community on our channel. It really warms my heart, and I love you all so much. As many of you know, I'm a messenger on this journey. I'm divinely guided to provide messages of signs and syncs that I see every single day. Today, I'm not going to be doing the cards. The divine has told me, please do not do the cards today, and so I have to do as I'm told. I will do animal spirit at the end, as always, but the cards will not be shown. There will be a backdrop on the video, and you'll just have to trust that my hands are divinely guided. As many of you know that have seen my videos before, I can't cheat this. Everything always resonates with my journal. But there's a few important messages today that have to come out of my journal that cannot be depicted with the cards specifically. And I'm going to go over that now. And one of the most important things that I'll go over the numbers if I didn't already. 444, 555, 711, 717. And one of the songs is Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart. You'll understand the song as I evolve throughout the video. But one of the things I want to talk about is the vulnerability on this journey. And it's very necessary, the vulnerability. And I'll explain the reason why. When you come into each other's lives, you are meant to wake each other up. You're meant to heal each other's inner child, and you're meant to heal past wounds. And when you embark on the journey, your love is so profound, it leaves you raw, pure, and vulnerable. And the reason it leaves you vulnerable is because as a child, when you were a wounded warrior, you were vulnerable. You were a vulnerable inner child. And this vulnerability is absolutely necessary in order for you to heal, if that makes any sense. So you come to a point in your life where you're vulnerable, and you've never ever felt as vulnerable as you did when you were a wounded warrior. Many of us that come into this journey are wounded warriors. There has been significant abuse in your past from whomever, family, friends, whomever. But there is absolutely a form of abuse that you need to heal. And when you come into this journey, it puts you in a vulnerable state, as you were almost like a child when you were abused, violated, that, taken and put you in that vulnerable state as a small child, or wherever it may be in your life. But this vulnerability is necessary in this journey in order for you to heal, in order for you to open up your heart. When you're a small child and you're vulnerable, your heart closes out of protection, and you don't love freely without condition because you've been tainted. It's just a mechanism. It's a mechanism. It's to keep you safe. And when you come into the twin soul, twin flame journey, you're meant to open that heart back up, because you've gone through your life as a wounded warrior. You've lived, you've suppressed it, you've suppressed those monsters down within, but you need to get to a vulnerable place where you can actually heal that inner child. That's what this journey is about. It's about so many things. But understanding where the vulnerability comes from is very important. So that's, healing that vulnerability, understanding where it comes from is extremely important. And I hope that gives you clarification as to why you become vulnerable, because that vulnerability needs to be healed. Another thing I want to go over is the interference. And again, these messages come to me like, every single day. And today it was pen to paper, like I always say. I always talk about the interference in this journey and how people, things, karmic, anything. It could be partners, addiction, family, friends, whatever. But what I came to realize today is that all this interference comes in, to you for a reason. And I'll try and explain it the best way I can. So this love is so profound. It's raw, it's pure, it's eternal. It is a love that you've never felt before in your life, and it's meant to be that way. It's meant to open up your heart. You are meant to feel this way in order to heal. But the interference is also something that comes in. But once you get to a point in this journey, and you know that this bond can't be broken, the interference cannot interfere in the journey. And it will only interfere if you allow it to interfere, if that makes any sense. So if you allow the interference into the journey, then you are allowing the interference. So what I would suggest is, this is your sacred journey, and only you are allowing that interference in. You know what the love is in your heart. You know that the love can never be taken away. So the only one that's actually letting the interference in is you. Blaming other people is kind of your ego, saying this person's interfering, this person's interfering, this person's interfering. The only person that's interfering is you, because you're allowing that interference in. Very, very important messages today. Okay, I also want to go through, so that Motley Crue song, Kickstart My Heart, that's exactly what you guys come in and do. The divine masculine and the divine feminine, you're kickstarting each other's heart. It's crazy how this stuff happens. It's crazy how these songs play when I'm journaling, but it's exactly it. You come in and you kickstart the heart, that vulnerability, that inner child, those wounds that need to be healed. And the interference, and getting to a point where you know that the only person that's interfering in the journey is oneself, because the love is so sacred in your heart. And if you truly come to a place where, in your journey, nobody can interfere, nobody can take that away. The only person that takes it away is yourself. If you let doubt and that confusion and all of that into the journey, then all of that doubt and confusion will reside there. But if you focus on having faith and believing in the journey and not allowing the interference in, and trusting your heart and getting yourself to a place of unconditional love, you will absolutely evolve. That's what the journey is about. It's not easy, and it's not the Cinderella story everybody thinks it is. I always think of it, if I had known then what I knew now, I probably would have taken two steps backwards, turned, screamed, and ran for dear life. But it's a mission. It's a journey. And it's a journey of oneself. It's a journey to get to the higher level of consciousness, to kill your ego, to go through the dark night of the soul, and to heal you. And once you get through all of these stages, you will understand what I'm talking about. There's blockages, there's interference. You have to understand it all. One very, very important thing I want to talk about is the dark night of the soul. And a lot of people don't understand the dark night of the soul. And a lot of people think they've gone through the dark night of the soul, but in actual fact they haven't. It's not just sobbing yourself to sleep one night. That's not going through the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is probably will be one of the darkest nights you will ever endure in your lifetime. It is at night, dark night of the soul, exactly what it is. What happens during this time is everything rushes to the surface, all at once. Everything, the abuse, everything, the love that you feel for your twin soul, the confusion, all of it. It's very, very hard to articulate into words, but everything rushes up. And you have this sense of helplessness, and you don't know, what's going on. You release the beast, so to speak. It all comes out. And it is, like I said, it is probably one of the darkest nights you'll ever have to go through in your entire life. And you will understand it when you come to it. But where there's darkness, there's always light, and there's always another day. But the dark night of the soul is probably one of the most daunting things on this journey. And you have to go through that, because when you get to the light, you understand it's getting rid of the demon for good, so that it doesn't resurrect. And healing those wounds. If you have to scream into a pillow, scream into a pillow. But it will be one of the darkest nights you ever endure. And like I said, it will be the most confusing as well. But it's getting that that beast out, that wounded warrior, healing the wounded warrior. And once you go through that, each day you heal. So, again, excuse me, I just want to see if I've gotten everything here. Sorry. Yes, most importantly, your twin. Again, it's always just energy, feminine, masculine energy. It just depends on where you are in the journey. It's push and pull energy. But one of the most important things, and one of the most, I find these to be epiphanies or like I'm divinely guided. I don't look at any of this stuff. And if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, pack it away. And again, please don't leave comments on our channel that it doesn't resonate. This is a good vibe channel. If you have messages for me specifically, my email is always in the comments. I will read your email. I won't necessarily respond to it because I get thousands. And also, if you have advice for me, like I said, send me an email. And please don't solicit your advice on the channel or solicit any of your channels on the BTT channel. I'll just bring it down. If you want me to support you, send me an email. I'll view your content, and if I feel that it aligns with the channel, then I'll absolutely support you. No problems there. And please don't tell me what I need to say, because I'm divinely guided. And today I feel it was a very, very important message about the vulnerability. You're meant to be vulnerable on this journey, and it takes you back to a place where you were vulnerable as a child. And we have to heal our inner child. If we don't heal that inner child, you're just suppressing it. And the suppression isn't good. It may manifest disease within yourself, illness. So it's very, very important to understand why the vulnerability and to heal it. And whatever you've been through in your life, not to sweep it under the carpet. It's not meant to be swept under the carpet. You're meant to heal. And if it means talking and going to the person that, did whatever they did, then do it. It's absolutely necessary in order for you to heal. It's a very, very important message today. I just want to see if there's anything else. Yeah, and again, let me just see here. Okay, and most importantly, if you're on this journey, you love each other and nothing can interfere, only if you allow it to. And that stems from your egos, if you allow your ego to win. So just think about the interference. If you're letting the interference in, your ego's winning, because nothing can interfere with this love and what's sacred in your heart. No one can take it away. No one. If it's true to you and who you are, no one can take away that love. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the animal spirit cards. As I said, you will not see them. And divine feminine, always first. You can hear me shuffling probably. Trust your gut, I always say, Trust your intuition. If you're guided on this journey, you're guided for a reason. But again, it's a mission. It's not an easy journey. Many of you will give up. Sorry to say. Or you'll have blockages for the rest of the journey because you can't identify the blockages. So what I have here is for the divine feminine, I have chameleon spirit, number 14. If that means anything to you, 1 + 4 is 5. And it says here, act as if. And again, that's number 14. So it says here, Spirit shares her gift with you today to prepare you for changes that will greatly benefit you. Outer conditions are changing, and you are required to come into harmony with them so you can co-create your greatest dream. Feeling sensitive? Good, because that will come in handy, enabling you to determine how best to adapt to your environment and the people in it, while at the same time maintaining your integrity and your inner equilibrium. Even if you feel like you're in uncharted territory, Chameleon Spirit has complete faith in your ability to fit in and learn the lay of the land, adapting as necessary. There is a fortunate time to act as if and do as others do until the new ways feel familiar and completely natural. Life is offering you a great lesson now. Adapting isn't about losing yourself, it's about learning how to dance with others. I love it. I love it so much. And exactly, I'm resonating that with vulnerability, not losing yourself, and learning how to dance with others. This is a vulnerable journey, but you have to heal that vulnerability. And that is getting to a place of unconditional love and unconditional forgiveness. And once you get to that place, you start to heal. Love it. I love it so much. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, I did see two crows. Okay. For the masculine energy, it's crow spirit. And it says co-create with spirit. And it's number 17. That means anything to you? 1 plus 7 is 8. Yeah, it is 8, right? Yeah, no. Ugh, that's terrible. Yeah, so number 17. And crows represent a lot on this journey as well. The two crows represent, the two crows that I seen the other day represents good fortune and good luck. So it says co-create with spirit. As you look around you, can you sense the magic that pulses through the world? Have you witnessed how every thought can become a thing? How every intention can call the universe into action? As the sacred laws shape with what you experience? The universe works in perfect order. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with spirit, you will want to crow with delight, feeling the excitement and the wonder of being in harmony with something much larger than yourself. Crow Spirit says you're right on target now to see your dreams magically come into being in the visible world. The law of abundance, compensation, frequency, and praise are operating in your favor now. Remember to be grateful and praise what is yours, even if it is still coalescing into form, still residing in the invisible realms of co-creation. No matter what area of your life you're concerned with now, what you hope for is on its way, for Spirit is your co-creation partner. I love it. I love it so much. One very important message I forgot to mention, many of you are close. You're very, very, very close. And the message I received today was you're doing the work and you're very close to the end of this journey. If you're on this journey, you know what I'm talking about. I'm here as a guide. I'm here, as a messenger. As you evolve, you will absolutely know what I'm talking about. But just remember the vulnerability that it's necessary as part of the journey. And you have to heal that vulnerability. And your heart is opening up. And that's what is making you vulnerable. But you're both in to kickstart each other's heart. And I love it. I love it so much. And again, thank you so much for the love, the likes, the subs. You all mean the world to me. And many blessings to you on your journey. Have a great day, folks.